A federal judge has ordered the State Department to immediately review almost 15,000 new emails from Hillary Clinton. So the judge set a deadline of September 22nd, could pave the way for the release of these emails as early as mid-October, so putting it even closer to Election Day in November. Hillary Clinton says there's nothing interesting content-wise. A little bit about yoga. Here's her comment.
My private, personal emails about planning Chelsea's wedding or my mother's funeral arrangements, condolence notes to friends, as well as yoga routines, family vacations.
With me now, Judge Andrew Napolitano. Judge, thank you so much for joining us.
Always a pleasure, Deidre.
Via phone, we take you any way we can, Judge. But will these 15,000 new emails be a surprise? Will it change people's point of view as they go to vote in early November? The timing has got to hurt Hillary Clinton in some way.
Well, we already know some of the things that are in there, which Peter Barnes and Senator Brown just discussed, and that is, and I'm going to use language a little bit stronger than my two colleagues did, Hillary Clinton was for sale. Hillary Clinton, directly or indirectly, insisted that something of value, I'm using a phrase from the federal bribery statute, be put into a bank account to which she eventually had access in order for her to act in her official capacity to benefit the person who put that money in the bank account. Stated differently, you want the Secretary of State of the United States to exercise authority that she has by giving you an exemption from a requirement or speeding up an application or a process. You're not going to get it unless you contribute money to her and her husband's foundation. If this isn't the basis for a criminal investigation, and if this doesn't arouse voters to realize that the woman is the crookedest person to run for president since LBJ, it's hard to believe what will.
Judge, you rightly referenced, of course, Peter Barnes' excellent work in bringing us those statistics, the AP giving us the exact number of people who met with, had phone conversations with Hillary Clinton, who ended up giving very specific sums of money. You said she is for sale, or at least to put the U.S. government as part of a for sale sign. But this newly released email shows also that Clinton's top aide, Huma Abedin, left classified material in the front seat of her car. So this one email read, "There's a bunch of burned stuff in the pocket of my front seat. Can you put it in the trunk?" And of course, burned stuff refers to classified or sensitive materials that the State Department incinerates. So is it fair, though, that Hillary Clinton, on top of all else, is apparently going to blame her subordinates?
Well, that type of blame will not wash with federal prosecutors, and it probably won't wash with the voters, because we know that in a tight-knit organization like the circle that surrounds the Secretary of State, there are only 7 people in that inner circle, of which Huma Abedin was one. The attitudes and impressions of dealing with material that is confidential, secret, or top secret is set by the top. And that person at the top, Hillary Clinton, was, even by the FBI's exonerating statement, extremely careless in the manner in which she dealt with some of the nation's gravest secrets. So it should not be a surprise that people in her immediate circle were extremely careless. Now, here's the question. Anybody else who did this, top secret information on the front seat of a car, would be prosecuted.
Right.
Hillary Clinton, not prosecuted.
Well, we saw what happened to Petraeus, right? Or
correct.
There are numerous examples.
Of course.
He's just one of them.
And in the case of General Petraeus, he was prosecuted for sharing secret information with a person who also had a secret level clearance. It's another argument for another time. But the point I want to make is, will the Clinton Teflon be passed down to their immediate aides? Will Huma Abedin be treated the way Hillary was? At some point, the country will say, enough is enough. The laws were written for everyone. No one is beneath their protection, and no one is above the obligation to comply with them.
So, Judge, Donald Trump, on that note, called for an independent prosecutor to investigate Hillary Clinton, saying the FBI and the Department of Justice cannot be impartial. Here is his comment. I want to ask you a follow-up after.
The amounts involved, the favors done, and the significant number of times it was done require an expedited investigation by a special prosecutor immediately.
Judge, how likely is this?
Well, let me say first that I could not agree more with what he's saying, because the Justice Department has shown that it'll go through all kinds of shenanigans to avoid doing the right thing, even the so-called accidental meeting on a tarmac in Phoenix, Arizona, in order to take the Attorney General out. How likely is it? Probably very, very slim. We do not have a special prosecutor statute anymore. When we had that statute, an aggrieved person, Donald Trump or somebody who felt they were shaken down for a contribution, could go to a judge and ask the judge to appoint a special prosecutor. That statute doesn't exist anymore. Right now, you know who appoints the special prosecutor? The Attorney General, Loretta Lynch. It's extremely unlikely that she would appoint anyone, or that she would appoint someone who could do something that would affect the outcome of the election.
So, Judge, on that note, House Oversight Government Reform Committee Chairman Jason Chaffetz requesting the details from the FBI's conversation interview with Hillary Clinton, her lawyers handling the emails, obviously, that contain classified information. Is there any breach? Will we learn anything from that?
Well, when there is no will to prosecute, and there is no will in this Justice Department to prosecute anyone named Clinton, or anyone apparently who works for someone named Clinton, your next resort is political. So what Congressman Chaffetz is doing, in my view, is a profound public service by making the public aware of the unlawful behavior that went on. I would go even farther. I would recommend to Congressman Chaffetz that he subpoena the lawyers who helped hide these emails.
But aren't they protected, Judge?
Well, he can give them immunity so that they can't be prosecuted. Remember, immunity can be given against the will of the witness. The public has the right to know if Hillary Clinton was for sale. There's a prima facie case. There's enough information in the public arena in the past 48 hours from which you could make that argument. If there's more information out there and the Justice Department won't find it, then Congress should.
Clarity and expertise, Judge Andrew Napolitano. I thank you as always.
All the best.
Thank you.